Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you are new here, my name is Jamie. I'm a senior software engineer, and in this series, we are going over Angular. It's a very popular framework used with JavaScript, TypeScript, and this is commonly used in enterprise level platforms and also for scalable projects. That being said, let's jump straight to it. So today we're reviewing routing. In the previous two videos, you learned how to get set up and how to set up your initial module and your initial component. So currently we have a module here and it's called the Disney module along with a character component. Now we haven't done anything special yet within the code, but we will be doing that shortly. So let's jump straight into the routing. Now, the first thing that you need to know is the way routing works in Angular. We have a very top level or a root level component, right? Which is this app module, and it has a app routing module.ts file here. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to copy the same exact logic from this app routing module, and we're going to create a new folder, not a new folder, a new file inside of the Disney folder. So this new file is going to be called Disney-routing.module.ts. So now that we have that, we are literally pasting the same exact thing from the app routing module, and we're going to change the class name to the Disney routing module. So this is very simple. And here where it says for root, we're going to change that to for child. So what that does is it now allows us to have our own routing module, and our routes for this particular Disney module are going to live inside of here, okay, inside of these routes. So the first route we're going to add is we're going to create a new object here. We're going to say path, and it's going to be an empty path, and then followed by the component, and the component is going to be our character component. So when we type in character component, my IDE automatically imports it for me here. I'm not sure if yours will or if it won't, but if it doesn't, make sure you have the import here at the top, and that should do it for this Disney routing module file. So just to give you a quick explanation here, the path where it says path empty, this is basically the URL. However, since we are going to be loading in this Disney module into the main module, then we're going to leave this empty here, and we're going to just have it reference the character component. So you'll understand more about this afterwards. Okay. So the next thing that we want to do is we're going to jump into this disney.module.ts because we want to include our new router module. So we're going to say Disney routing module. So again, my IDE imports it for me at the very top. If yours does not, please make sure that you have your import up here and make sure that the import is added to this imports array. Now that we've done this, we are basically done setting up our router within this Disney module. So that was quite easy. Now we have another step, and in this following step is we're going to jump into the root of the application, which is the top level module, the app module. So remember, this is the one that controls what we currently see on this example application here. So this is the root level application. Okay, so if we look at this app.module.ts file here, it's very similar to the Disney that we created, right? It includes an app routing module, which is going to be the main routes for that particular app routing module. So what we want to do is close out of there and go to the app routing module.ts for the root, okay? So now that we're here on the root level of the app routing module.ts, what we want to do is we want to give it a new path. So we create a new object here. We're going to give it a path of Disney, okay? Followed by a load children, okay? So load children is going to lazy load our Disney module for us. So the syntax looks like so. You have an open close parentheses followed by a fat arrow followed by an import statement, because now we are going to be importing the Disney/Disney.module file. Okay, so this is referencing our Disney folder inside of here, and it's referencing our Disney module, which is this main module here. Okay, this is what's going to import our entire module. And now at the end of the parentheses, we want to put a .then, which is basically, you know, what happens when you make a request, asynchronous request. You want to wait for it to resolve, and then you're going to have an M followed by a fat arrow once again, followed by m.Disney module. Perfect. So now that we've done this, this is how you lazy load a module whenever somebody visits this path. So because this is the root module and we're in the root routing module here, the path that you see right here is going to be basically whenever somebody visits, in this case, the http :// localhost 4200. Whenever somebody visits that /Disney, it's going to load up this module that we have here, which is our Disney module. And then inside of that Disney module, it basically handles all of the routing specifically for the Disney module. Okay, so I know it's a lot to take in, but you know, do your best to bear with me here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a comma here, and I'm going to create another path. So whenever somebody lands on an empty string, meaning on the base URL, localhost 4200, without any backslashes or anything like that, we want to automatically redirect them to the Disney route. Okay, so it's automatically going to redirect them here, which in turn is going to lazy load the module, which in turn is going to look over here at their router, and it's going to say, okay, we are here at the Disney module. Let's load up the character component. Okay, so that's what's going to happen here. All right, and then the final thing that we're going to do under this redirect, we're going to add a comma, and we're just going to do a path match, and we're going to match it to full. Now you can learn more about this in the Angular docs. I am not going to go over this, but basically this just means that it has to match completely. So empty string has to match completely, which means when they visit the URL with an empty string, so the base URL, if it matches completely, then they're going to do a redirect here. And that's pretty much it. Now, the only thing that we have left to do, because we are lazy loading, we have to kill the existing server. So we're going to press Control-C over here. That's going to kill my server. And then I'm going to do npm run start. So we'll give that a moment to spin up. And once it completes the compiling, then you should see the results of our code. Great, so now that it's done compiling, what we want to do is we want to jump into the browser, take a look, and you're going to notice that it says character works at the very bottom. And what happens here is if you visit localhost 4200, it automatically redirects you to Disney as expected. And when it does redirect you to Disney, it lazy loads the character works that you see down here, because that is the character component. So that was our quick little tutorial. So I hope that you guys learned something today. And if you like what I'm doing here, make sure you hit me with a like, comment below, hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. I'll be making more videos like this. And if you tune into the next video, you will be getting more in depth into Angular.